Welcome to Down South Football Podcast on this glorious Tuesday evening. We got our boys in the building. We got Mr. Chauncey Tuck, Mr. I am DJ Double Dose, I call him Trouble, Ben Dennis, and Mr. Smooth Drinking Man in the corner, Mr. DL Gardner, David Gardner. Fellas, what's going on with y'all tonight, man?
What up with you, man? Can't call it, man. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Trying to be a non-corn husker.
Before you say that, before we even get into that, just give me. I need 10 seconds of silence. Just
okay.
No, I can't even do 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go and get into Nebraska, Illinois. Please let me start off. Please let me start this off. You know, during the off season, we always talk about what quarterback got experience, what team got experience, and he should be better, and this and that, and this.
3-year starter, 4-year starter, something like that.
Hold on. That does not apply in this case. These two been together. They've been dating for about 3.5 years now.
Still,
the relationship is dead. Relationship is gone. They ain't even texting each other no more. I just need to know Martinez. I mean, you was such a freshman phenom. You was like, man, this dude gonna bring Nebraska back. And then Frost came in, and Frost this past Saturday proved to me that he's done, because I don't know what else to say about the man. When that man said he ain't had no answer for the front they came out in, all this and all that. I gotta go to Mr. David Gardner. Can you please give me your comments on the Nebraska and Illinois game? Because I just don't know what to say right now.
I mean, being that I was one of the ones that picked, I mean, I figured Frost would blunder this. It's about time. I mean, it's about time for him to ease on out of there. I mean, because think about it, what coach really gets this kind of time? I mean,
4 years.
I mean, what coach get 4 years of mediocrity in today's Power 5? I mean, it don't even have to be Power 5. Who gets 4 years of mediocrity?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh done actually went to a damn New Year's Six bowl, though.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
It was a hypothetical question.
It was. I'm sorry. I yield.
Go ahead, Mr. Gardner.
Tuck just wanted to interrupt me anyway. I'm just waiting on him to start talking so I can think of something ridiculous, to say. But my thing is this, man. I really felt good about the chance of Nebraska winning on the road, 6,000 fans. They had seen that, and that no program has really seen that in about 2 years. You got the instability of head coach. The Martinez, he shows flashes of different things, whether they're good or bad. But just the consistency all the way around, I figured they would have issues. But was I surprised they lost? No. I was really actually surprised they kind of got back in that game, to be honest.
Now that's the truth.
Right.
I was really surprised at that. But, Benjamin, you tell me what you thought, man. Tell us what you thought.
I mean, y'all know my views on Scott Frost on this show, but as far as this singular game right here, this was what you would say. This was his crescendo. This was like everything that we've pretty much been saying about Scott Frost, and he is tied to the hip with Martinez, all in one. I mean, you had an Illinois team. Your defensive line was doing their thing. Yeah, starting quarterback goes out. It's right down the platter for you to go ahead, start the season 1-0, and keep that thing pushing. But nope, between Frost and Martinez, y'all were destined to end this thing with a loss, and a loss that you did. And like Renard said earlier in the press conference, when you give an excuse of we practiced against a certain front, and then we were shown something different, and we didn't know what to do with it. It's like, man, come on, man. It's like, what are we talking about, bro? It's year 4, man.
Well,
you're in the middle of an investigation.
I'm sorry, Ben. Let me add this also. Number one, it's not just about Frost, and it's not just you're poorly. Well, it is about Frost. They're a poorly coached team. And my thing with Nebraska is I don't see nobody on there that scares me on offense. I don't see anybody that's just like, oh man, we got to make sure we cover. It to me, it's just the whole culture, the whole everything, and it's just like I don't know what to say about. But Tuck, I'm sorry, you go ahead, sir. It's your turn. Say what you need to say.
I have something to say before Tuck say something. Just
okay,
Tuck about to say something.
Go ahead, Dave.
I don't really have nothing to say at all. I just want to cut it.
You know, if Ben knows when I call a Richard, he knows what I mean. So I would like to appreciate Richard over here for doing what he does best, is doing that. But I mean, look, guys, y'all have already knocked all the points out. This guy is not. It's a difference between UCF and people want to stay in Florida, Disneyland, and all that good stuff. Nobody wants to go to Nebraska no more.
Nope.
There's no black shirt defense. There's no excitement in the program. Now, when he first got there, because he's a homegrown kid or blah blah blah. Look, bro, that fairy tale is gone. Now, he does have a chance to get better during the year. The schedule does lighten up a little bit.
Not really.
I mean, you got Ohio. I think you got Ohio State in a couple of weeks coming, but
in week 3.
Yeah, week 3. But he plays good this week. Rally the troops. But I think Ohio State is in Memorial Stadium in Nebraska too. I don't think it's in Ohio State. So you never know. But recruiting is what's killing him. He can recruit those cats down at UCF. You cannot recruit those cats at Nebraska. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I really just don't see him being there. Like I said, the off the field stuff is really what's going to mess him up. I think, because like I said, that's why I picked Illinois. First of all, Brett Bielema has learned a lot from coaching in the SEC. All he needs is a couple of good players and just get to push that thing through. And that's what they did. I mean, they even changed, like they said, changed quarterbacks and everything. And like I said, I feel bad for Nebraska defense, because Nebraska defense is pretty solid. But again, they were going against Illinois.
That backup that came in, he was from Rutgers. They showed the stat. My man had threw like 21 picks and like 9 touchdowns at Rutgers. He was not good.
No, I mean,
it wasn't good.
But when they were just running the ball on him most.
Right, I say all you have to be is efficient. Don't turn the ball over. Run the ball twice. Play action if you need be every now and again. That's it. And that's all Illinois did. And that's all Brett Bielema is ever done. When he was at Wisconsin, when he was in Arkansas, he was just a run ball, play action, 3 tight end, 2 tight end. I mean, it wasn't nothing special he was doing. That's why I was like, when Scott Frost said when they lined up into something that I didn't know, that's something you should keep to yourself. Don't tell nobody that out loud. So, but I just don't see him lasting past this year. But I'm thinking, I'm saying because of the off the field stuff. It's not nothing to do with on the field.
I think in the end, what we're talking about with Nebraska is, I mean, we always talk about recruiting and stuff. I think it's bigger than that. I think it's bigger than just recruiting. I think it's bigger. I think it's in this day and age, what is attracting you to Nebraska outside? And don't tell me tradition. What's attracting you to Nebraska right now? Because at the same time, so you're going to get in there and really, really build. And I think that's why most Nebraska fans on most message boards and most ones you see across football, they're not saying we need to be Oklahoma. They just want consistency, and they just want a good product on the field. And I think the problem is that a lot of the media wants to say, oh, they ain't gonna never get back to what Nebraska was used to be. I think Nebraska knows they probably won't get those days back just because of different time, different landscape, different everything that we're dealing with. So my thing, I just want Nebraska to get back to a respectable program again, because it just doesn't look good. No. And they look badly coached. They don't look great. And before I get attacked saying, "Oh, you're not a coach." Bottom line is you don't look like a good coach team to me. So, I mean, it was the first game, and your coach on the sideline, like.
and to your point, you know what I mean? Like we said, we have to keep saying it. Like, this is year 4, guys. This is not Scott Frost's first or second year. So a lot of these guys, even now, I know he got some transfers, like the guy from USC, Marcus, and there's a bunch of transfers on the team too, but a lot of these guys are guys that he's had around the program for a while. So when we look at it and we say, man, they look poorly coached, it's like that's damn near that's a reflection on you, Scott Frost.
But I'm saying though, like you in Florida, if you're in Nebraska, what's going to pull a kid from Texas in the state of Texas to come to Lincoln, Nebraska? Yeah, trust me, I've been in Nebraska. There's nothing there except Nebraska, the University of Nebraska.
And at this stage, and the guys that he had a couple decent classes, but the guys that he did get to come there, once they got there,
there's nothing there. I mean,
they didn't stay and they transferred out.
Blame them, but I don't see nothing to intrigue me to go to Nebraska.
In the end, it's still about coaching, it's still about development, and it's still about all that stuff. In the end, you don't have to have the best talent in the world, but you don't have to be poorly coached either.
Right.
So that's my thing. Yes, sir, David.
When Scott Frost was there, when they had good teams, what they had Big 10 then, or were they Big 12 then?
That was Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah, that was Big 12.
And I say that because I'm listening to what Chauncey is saying. I'm listening to what all of you all are saying. I'm wondering, is the move to the Big 10 hurt them? Because
it's a terrible move
in Nebraska, but if I'm a Texas kid,
I know about them.
At least probably half of my schedule,
right.
I'm going to be playing close to home.
Yeah, because I think Tommy Frazier was from Texas.
No, Tommy Frazier was from Florida.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Yes, Tommy Frazier was from Florida. So again, you got to get some kids that's athletes. You're not going to now. If you want to be an offensive lineman and probably make it to the pros, go to Nebraska, go to Wisconsin. But if you want to be a skill set, there's no skill set players going to go to Nebraska. They barely want to go to Kansas. You think they're gonna go to Nebraska?
Well, let's wrap it up on this one so we can move on. Is basically it's to me, just looking at it, you see a lot of greatly coached teams that has lesser talent. Like it doesn't take great recruiting class, because people always say, well, Nebraska can't do what they used to do. That's hogwash. What you can do is actually execute your game plan, look like you know what you're doing, and not feel like you're looking poorly coached or poorly prepared as a team. So that is, to me, it starts there. Like, I guess you want to compare it to what people expect out of Brian Harsin. They expect for him to, because he's tough-minded, he's all those different things. That's what they expect to see. Not that they're going to expect this 12-0 run. It's like, well, we want to see better. And I think if you see better, the result will come in the end when it comes to Nebraska. But they got a whole bunch of problems we could talk about later. But let's move into another good story. Let's move into Hawaii versus UCLA. UCLA was one of those teams that people were split on. I've heard a lot of people say UCLA was going to do great when they feel like Chip Kelly will have the offense going with DTR coming back and with the running backs and the stuff that they had. But then also you heard people saying, well, it's going to be the same old UCLA. I don't know how much stock we put in Hawaii, but at the same time, I put it to the fact that they did look good. So, Dave, let's start around with you.
My partner Wayne called me the other day. He said, he was like, man, woo, what you think about UCLA? I do think that they can run the football. Now, that I do think that they can do.
Right.
And you know how we all feel about the quarterback, with the there. But I don't know, Renard. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was good versus bad. I don't know how bad Hawaii is, and I don't really know. I left there knowing not much at all. Other than UCLA can run the football, and they got about 3 backs that can do it. But I don't know if Hawaii was that bad or was UCLA that good. And I'm still confused by that. But we'll know.
We'll know Saturday.
We'll know Saturday.
Quick.
Yeah,
we'll know Saturday. We'll know real quick.
We'll, as the old church song say, we'll understand it better by and by. So we'll find out Saturday. So I'll be able to give a real evaluation on them next Saturday. I really could evaluate that because I don't know, again, were they that good or was Hawaii that bad?
I will say this before we move on. Looking at it, Chip Kelly can design some inside zone and some run plays. Boy, I tell you, boy, he got every type of run play especially on the inside, just to for his blocking schemes and everything like that. I thought that was really, really good. You just never know, man. I mean, stuff is wide open with Zach Charbonnet, the transfer from Michigan, who Mama got on there and said, "Thank you, Michigan, for letting my son go." I mean, I think it's 6 carries, 106 yards, and three TDs.
2,
see again,
3.
See again. I need her to make that statement next week.
She needs to. Yeah, she needs to look. She needs to look up Hawaii's D line. This is not when LSU rolls into town. This is not Hawaii's D line. Hawaii D line is garbage. Okay, so we're not gonna.
There you go. There he go with that word.
I didn't say trash.
Well, just tell us how you really feel, Tuck.
They're not that good. They're athletically challenged.
Garbage is not that good.
Okay, well, Tuck, give us your thoughts of the game.
I really think I really love the UCLA Jordan uniforms. They were nice. They were very nice.
They were nice.
I like the jump man how poked out a little bit. I'm glad they kept the same font. It's like a UCLA Bruin type thing.
Excuse me. Can I get some on the game also? After you answer that question,
they wore the jerseys in the game, didn't it?
What blue was that? Tuck?
Oh boy.
We'll do what now?
What do they call? What does Nike call that blue in that jersey?
Oh, that's it's not UNC blue. It's a Colville, it's something like that. It's very nice. It's very
Cobalt.
Nice. Not cobalt. It's almost it's a little too light to be cobalt, but it's like a Colville blue with a dark what we call it, Vegas gold or
Vegas gold. I like Vegas gold, guys. We have some Vegas gold t-shirts on the website.
So merch.
About merch. But yeah, like I said, I really think. I mean, I don't know what to think. I mean, they ran the ball entirely, pretty much the whole game, but. Chip Kelly's not going to show a lot of stuff.
No.
And that tight end for UCLA, I really want to see what he's going to do. I really do. I think that's the only problem as far as LSU probably could run into is them being able to stretch the field because it's nothing on tape. Because Chip Kelly was in his bag just calling inside zone runs and he didn't call no stretches. He didn't call no reads. He didn't call none of that. It was just pretty much inside zone, trap, dig. Bruh, I mean, it was very basic, but that's what I say. But yeah, the UCLA uniforms were nice. I like the Rainbow Warrior uniforms from Under Armour. They were pretty cool. I like the little tribal stuff that they have going on for them. The little dance they do.
Is this a new segment?
No,
but that's it. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, because that game was horrible, bro. There was nothing to get out of that game.
Coming soon, Tuck in the uniform review.
Hey, we can do that. We can make this happen. I mean, that would be beautiful.
I just say this. I mean, if you had to nitpick a 44-10 win, you got to look at DTR and wonder, is he going to be okay this week? Because 10 for 20, a 41 QBR against Hawaii. I get it. You was winning. The run game was going. I get that, but them numbers is not impressive at all. And what you would basically call this a scrimmage warm-up game before you face LSU this coming week. Because he hasn't shown me that he's the type of quarterback that can, downplay a game and then turn it on next week. And we expect him to be more than what he is on next week. So if there's any nitpicking you can choose out of this, it would be DTR's performance. It wasn't. It was very middle of the road. I would say that it wasn't bad, but it was just middle of the road. So,
he had some really good moments. He had some good moments, but like you said, those moments when you go against possibly the best cornerback duo in the country, and Eli Ricks and Derek Stingley next week,
right?
You can't have those moments because that one moment next week in Ricks or Stingley will be high
other way.
Will be high stepping in the end zone, and you can't have that. But I mean, it's glad to see UCLA look like they have something positive and moving forward. So, but cannot wait to see LSU and UCLA this week, which is going to be amongst a bunch of games we're going to pick this week. Tune in Thursday night.
It's going to be very, very, very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some red flowing. It's going to be some crown flowing. It's going to be very entertaining, the prediction show. But go ahead, next game up on the sketch.
Well, I guess these are things that I didn't know nothing about. Okay,
Hold on. Let me scroll up on the app because we tend not to scroll up.
We tend not to scroll up. You know what I'm saying? I got my fine. Hey y'all, I got my fine for not scrolling up tonight. So we tend to not scroll up. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of not scrolling up.
we got a fine for you coming up. You just don't know what it is yet. Trust me, we got a fine for you coming up.
Yeah.
Also, I guess to me, one of the main events of the day was the fact that ESPN once again had College Game Day at the MEAC and SWAC Kickoff Classic. 100% great exposure for the HBCU. Hoping to get into Atlanta, maybe possibly this weekend. They go see the college football, the new SWAC. I mean, the new HBCU exhibit sponsored by Alabama Power over there at the College Football Hall of Fame. That is now going to be permanent. Can't wait to see that. I think ESPN did a really good job. If you watch the game day and watch even throughout the broadcast of highlighting what HBCUs are, who they are, where they're going to be going forward. But the game between Alcorn State and NC Central, which all four of us on this panel picked Alcorn State. I gotta give a shout out to the quarterback from North Carolina Central, though. He came out with that dog in his eyes, like,
bro, he was not to be denied.
Richard or Rashard or whatever.
It's Davis Rashard.
I
think it's Rashard. Yeah, he came out. He had the wheel, and I felt like Alcorn was playing that first, even with Felix, All-American Mr. Felix Harper, and the other boys that they got. I think they got a little cute when they went for it on 4th and 12.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, y'all really confident. I'm like, and then when they got it, I'm like, oh man, this not going to be a game. But NC Central, man, did not lay down. They kept doing what they were doing, and I know we all picked Alcorn, and we just thought they was going to come out with this thing and just ready to do what they need to do. But Dave, what was your actual input on the game?
I want to hear this.
North Carolina Central offensive line whooped Alcorn State offensive line.
Defensive line?
Defensive line. Yeah, there you go.
Defensive line. Yeah, because that was ridiculous.
I'm looking at this right now. That's where I saw the domination at, especially late in the game.
They couldn't stop them.
Yeah, I saw North Carolina Central just basically taking over. Now, Alcorn had some moments. Yep. Their big back.
31.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson.
He ran the
Jawan.
Mm-hmm. I was looking for more out of Duffy. He had a decent game, 9 for 63. It was decent, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. All in all, kind of like I said before, on the show Saturday morning, I think that I was looking for who was going to be that guy on the defense to replace Solomon. They had some solid, They had some solid linebackers that they lost. But all in all, I think that down the stretch, North Carolina Central wanted more. They showed they wanted more. They didn't try. They didn't do no fake plays. No. It was straight downhill football. And what set the tone was when their quarterback on that first touchdown. He ran over. I think it was a safety or something. He ran over and scored.
Yep.
And that just changed the whole attitude of the game. I don't know how Alcorn will bounce back from this because, just be honest, it's blood in the water, guys.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they were the real SWAC champs.
That was about to say. That was my point too.
Yeah,
I knew that point was gonna come to light.
That was my point.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna come to light.
You talked all that junk.
I digress. They can't blame it on the fact that they didn't play last year because
North Carolina didn't play either. Yeah.
So I couldn't think of a more even playing field than they got. Neutral site, all things even. And they lost. So I'm gonna be honest. I think they came out too cocky. Way too cocky.
Way too loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that. So I don't know. We'll see. They'll get into the meat of their schedule, and again, I still pick A&M to win the SWAC. I just want to throw that out there. But go ahead.
I think, man. Oh, you want to go ahead? I think when we were watching the game, as we was watching in the chat, I mean, when Harper, had those couple of hits early when with the face mask. I mean, that was bad. I mean, that was about as brutal of a face mask as you ever gonna see. And I mean, his helmet got ripped the hell off. You know what I'm saying? And then, when he dove in, tried to get the fumble, and then he got hit. It was like, for me, it just seemed like he was a little rattled and was a little pressed from that point on. Because again, like we were saying, North Carolina Central's line was getting pressure on him, so he kind of started getting happy feet, wasn't making his progressions like he normally would, and started more so looking to take off a lot more than letting things develop. And I think that once he started pressing, you could kind of see it. And then as the game, and as we know with teams like this and games like this, when you let them hang around, they just get more and more confidence. And as that game started going on, you started kind of seeing it like they realizing, like they said, it's blood in the water. And they capitalized on it, man. And you got to take your hats off to North Carolina Central. I'll just end it with this, man. I don't think Alcorn wants to go back to Atlanta again because they showed the stat about them opening in Atlanta, and they have lost a few times in this opening game in Atlanta, man. So, maybe they got some bugaboos that they got to get out of the way, man. But hats off to North Carolina Central, man. It was a great game. Davius Rashard, the quarterback, man, he balled out. Like, he played his ass off. So, hats off, man.
Whole team balled out. Tuck, what you got?
Real quick. What's the game was in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. What's Alcorn State's nickname? The Braves?
The Braves.
The Braves, yeah.
Yeah, they play like the Atlanta Braves. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing,
you've been holding that one all night.
Hey,
second thing.
From Yankees to
uniforms. I'm like Ben. I'm glad that the Mercedes-Benz opened up their stadium wide open. Oh, that's right. It was at Georgia State. I forgot.
Said, damn, it's bright in there today. God damn.
Man, y'all don't know. I was doing a photo shoot and I saw the text and the laugh that I let out when he texted that. But anyway, okay, so like Dave said, I think those guys got in there, got a lot. They got big, cocky, strong. They thought they were the stuff. They got there and they got hit in the mouth. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth, literally. And I think they didn't know how to recover. They didn't think. I mean, I was one of them too. I don't think they thought that North Carolina was North Carolina said that was gonna hit him in the mouth like that. I mean. I never seen I'm not gonna say never seen, but a coach team by what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. McNair. He's very tough. He's very tough minded, very tough coach, very serious.
He looked so pissed throughout the whole game.
I mean, I don't blame him because he probably saw this and he was like, you know what, this is not us. This is nowhere near and this is probably one of those games of I'm not knocking what North Carolina Central did. This is probably one of the games that you look at the talent from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. North Carolina Central hadn't been on the field with them, but that's why you play the game.
That's why you play the game.
So, but shout out to the Eagles for playing a great game and like Ben said, they don't need to go back to Atlanta, bro.
No, when they showed that stat on the screen, I was like, damn,
it's terrible.
Well, I will say this to wrap it up. I think. Talking about the game with Felix Harper and all those boys, I will say this: like I expect them to bounce back, but they look like they hadn't played in 2 years. Just on some of the things they were trying to do, they were trying to get away with. But I think maybe that first possession when they went for it on that 4th and 12 and they got it and they went down and scored, might have been the worst thing that could ever happen to them.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh yeah, we 4th and 12, we balling on these boys and we do what we want to do. It's like, hey, let's get it, man. We Alcorn. These boys ain't with us, so you never know. What could happen?
It's like when Giannis hit a 3, he just keeps shooting.
Then the mistakes happen, and then all the other stuff happened, and then what? Okay.
I was okay until Dave said, "Wait a minute."
Anyway, I had to put his mic off for a sec. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. was that, I mean, you never know. You ain't played 2 years. Ben, don't touch the mic. Leave the mic alone for 30 seconds. That's your fine. So basically, I mean, you never know what could have happened if that game would have started differently, and you listen to the coaches and stuff like that. You could tell they wasn't who they normally would be, but you got to give NC Central credit. I expect Alcorn to bounce back though and get better as the season goes on, but they definitely got to do something about that line, because that defense line was getting manhandled. And you about to play State, and you about to play FAM, you about to play all these other, you know what I'm saying, Jackson State and A&M. You about to play all these boys that's going to do something. So it's going to be an interesting SWAC season. However, this is a DSF short. We right at 30 minutes. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the night. Join us Thursday night for the live prediction show. You never know who's going to show up. You never know how we going to handle this. Hopefully they will be sold out of Reds and any other drink that Ben like to drink. So
Twisted Tea.
Yeah.
Your father's root beer.
Fake moonshine, all that stuff. Anything. But on a serious note, y'all come join us Thursday night, man. Let's have some fun, because we got a lot of games. So we're going to condense this, and hopefully, we can do footballs and mimosas again on Saturday morning. And hope y'all seem to enjoy that, and just come back in and check in with us, man. And if nothing else, before we go, let's give a shout out to David Gardner Jr., man. David probably won't be with us Thursday night. His son is going to be playing, dressing, first college game. So trust me, he gonna send his picks in. He might even record a message for y'all. But bottom line is, man, y'all shout out, man, to him, man, and congratulations, little Dave, man, for up there doing and doing what he's supposed to do. Right. So if nothing else, man, on that note, man, this is Renault. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gordon. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody is listening. If you're still hanging around, go and visit the website. That is dsfpodcast.com. dsfpodcast.com. You can find out everything you need to know about us. You can find out about our merchandise, like the sweater and things that I'm wearing tonight. We got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got hoodies, and we got hats that we have on sale. So go check it out. It's dsfpodcast.com.
That's launch when?
It was launched when it was launched?
Yesterday.
It's good to go.
Yeah. Good to go. So get your orders in, get your sweatshirts and hoodies ready for the fall. You already know how the hoodies sell out for the fall. There you go, right there. That is the website. Check it out. Hit us up, man, and just follow. Make sure you follow us on all platforms.
Definitely, and that's 100%. So y'all gonna see that, man. Y'all gonna see us talking about it. If you missed something, you can go there. The YouTube links are there. Any place that you can find us is there. Whether it's gonna be Apple Podcasts or wherever you find us at, YouTube. Anytime you want to see the YouTube videos, we there. Like and subscribe on YouTube, because we're gonna have some special things coming up that's gonna be just exclusively on YouTube. So DSLpodcast.com. Follow us on all social media channels. If nothing else, man, this is your boy Bernard Williams. We got Chauncey Tuck, Ben Dennis, and we got Mr. David Gardner. And man, we out, man. We'll see y'all Thursday. Peace.
All right, man. Peace.